So, as far as this war between Russia and the Ukraine, I don't know the truth of it at this point. And I don't know if the stuff we are getting from Ukraine is all true or not, because it is known that in wars, they put out what they call propaganda to make you think they're winning or that they're losing in order to get sympathy and false emotions and to get the result that they think they want. So I don't know what's going on. But I personally realized yesterday that this guy from Ukraine, the president of Ukraine, Vladimir, whatever his name is, he's on an ego trip at this point. And it's so deceiving that he's willing to let the citizens or the people of Ukraine die. The reason he's on the ego trip, because he's been praised by the enemies of God around the world. Really. They're stroking this man like 90 going north, and he's totally eating it up. He's falling for it, putting all the people in his country lives at risk. Because it's been said that if Vladimir were to say that he's not going to join NATO, thank you, Nick. Putin doesn't want Ukraine to join NATO because he doesn't want NATO at his borders or whatever else reason. We don't know the real truth. And if this guy were to say, hey, okay, no big deal, I don't need to join NATO, this thing would be over, it seems. But he's getting ego gratification from the children, the devil's children. Really. They're giving this guy, they're meeting with him, Congress and others, and giving him standing ovation, Nancy Pelosi and all them. The same people that will not do anything for its own people in his own country are giving this guy a standing ovation and giving him truckloads of our money while refusing to dump any money in our country to make it better. If you don't see the ego trip in that, then I don't know what it's going to take. How they so deep into Ukraine while turning their heads completely away from we the people in America. And they're keeping this guy, whether intentionally or not, the president of Ukraine, they're keeping this thing going longer than it needs, it seems. But the enemies of Putin and of America don't want that to happen for some reason. So they're building and keeping this guy going. And I don't think he realized he's on an ego trip. He might. And I'm just hoping that, and we'll see what happens, that they're going to get us in a war with Russia, all the nuclear bombs and all that crap. It can easily happen if everybody's on an ego trip. This is from C-SPAN. Ukraine President Vladimir was given a standing ovation right before his address to Congress. This is in the United States of America. Watch this.
Mr. President, it is my honor to present to you the Congress of the United States, which has great respect and admiration and appreciation for your courageous leadership. Members of Congress, I have the high privilege and distinct honor of presenting to you the President of Ukraine, Vladimir Zelensky. Slava Ukraina! Slava Ukraina!
Amazing. What hypocrites, right? Remember when the Great White Hope was there? Those same people went against him. All of them. He wanted to close the borders, build a wall. They did everything they could do to prevent him from having the money. That old hag, Nancy Pelosi, kissing up at this guy on an ego trip. And they're letting all kinds of people to come into our country by the thousand and have no idea who they are. But they're sending truckloads of money over to this guy, and they're worshiping him. They have an agenda. U.S. lawmakers issued warning against escalating Ukraine war tensions after Ukraine President Vladimir urged President Joe Biden to do so in his congressional speech. Okay, y'all give me a lot of money, but I want more. I want y'all to get involved. We can possibly end up in an unnecessary war with Russia, according to all the reports. And this guy, they have the Ukraine president is on an ego trip, listening to Satan's children fall right into a trap. And the gas prices are through the roof, food prices and everything. They are blaming Putin for that. Because most people in this country are going to forget that was happening before this war began. I don't know why they hate Putin so much. I don't understand that, because I remember when President Trump was there, all I ever heard was Putin. I'd never been so aware of Putin before, and we didn't know the truth about it then, and we don't know now. Amazing. What's wrong with a little suffering and let us go there to Ukraine? I don't mind paying high gas prices. How dumb can you be? Because if you didn't have anger, they couldn't do it to you. It is your fault, not theirs. They have theirs too. And they're playing you with it. Breitbart is reporting on Wednesday, Biden announced more American taxpayer money would be going toward protecting Ukraine's borders. Not a dime going toward us, our borders. Not one penny. Our money. It's not even their money. It's our money. And this is with the help of the Republicans and Democrats in Congress. Biden is sending nearly $14 billion in aid to Ukraine, in addition to about $350 million in military assistance. The American government, along with the media, Republicans and Democratic representatives, have turned their backs on the American people completely, because they know they got you under control. They can make you put the mask on. They can make you take it off. They can make you pay high gas prices, and they make you not. They can make you pay high food prices and make you not. Make you have excuses for it. And I want to just remind you, and this is from C-SPAN, I wanted to remind you what Joe Biden said about America. This is what Biden promised in 2020. This is from C-SPAN. Watch this.
No, there will not be another foot of wall constructed on my administration.
Isn't that amazing? But they can go way overside of West Hell and help over there at the borders with money and military support, instead of putting the military on our wall, our military on our wall to protect us. And y'all just so happy about it. Oh, they show the little children and the women crying, babies dying over there. And y'all just feel sorry for them. Where are the tears for the children that are dying here as a result of the borders being wide open? Where are the tears? There was a massive shootout between the cartels and the police, or the people, the few, what you call the Border Patrol in Texas, near the border there in Texas and somewhere. You haven't hardly heard about it. Y'all better wake up, because it's going to get worse. It's not going to get better. There's no reason for it to get better. Nobody is saying anything. No one doing anything. No one running for office. No one. They're behind gated walls and fences. They have security in our country, the government and the media, but you don't. So where will you hide? What bunker will you go in if Russia decides to throw one of those little nuclear bomb things at us? It's we the people, not we the government. But now, unfortunately, it's we the government. The little weasel guy from Ukraine is totally on an ego trip, and they're helping to keep him there by giving him money and military support and all that. They're keeping him there rather than urging this man, y'all need to try to figure out how to end this war. Y'all grow. You and Putin go sit down at a table as grown men should and reason together and work this thing out. What's going on? What do you mean, what's going on, James? What's going on? Oh, what's going on? Tell me what's going on. War is not the answer. Oh, you have a choice. You can stay asleep or sleep. And not only are you being destroyed in your personal life, but your private, in your public life, but your public life is out of control because you haven't dealt with the private within. Amazing. And don't forget to like, follow, tweet, subscribe, and share the Jesse Lee Peterson radio show, folks. We really appreciate it. We are at war. It is a spiritual battle for the soul of America. And it's going to take all of us to do it.